Hey girlies, welcome back to another episode of the Feminineframework podcast with your girl Diamond. This episode is so exciting for me because we finally got our first question. I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. I was like, I finally got our first question, bitch. So I'm gonna read you guys an email that I got from my girl Kelly, and then we're gonna dive right into this episode because we're gonna be touching base on the question and the topic that she asked. So here's the email. Hi Diamond, first of all, I'm obsessed with your podcast. I'm getting so much value from it. I felt so much passion from you when you spoke about confidence. How do you cultivate confidence? Can you go deeper into that topic? Thank you. Love, Kelly. Oh my gosh, Kelly. First of all, I love you back, girl. Thank you so much for sending me my first topic / question. And thank you so much for tuning in. I love and appreciate you more than you know. So I absolutely love this question and talking about this topic because confidence is truly the foundation of how we move through the world, how we carry ourselves, and also how we attract the things that we desire. Now, confidence as a feminine woman isn't about being the loudest or the boldest one in the room or forcing yourself to fake it till you make it. True confidence is an energy. It's a quiet, magnetic self-assurance that radiates from within. It's feeling at home in your own skin, trusting yourself, allowing your presence to speak before you even say a word. So today I'm going to be breaking down what feminine confidence really looks like and how you can cultivate it in your daily life and how it shifts the way people perceive you and respond to you. So let's get right into it. So, feminine confidence is magnetic, yet it's soft and powerful, and it is deeply rooted in self-love. So, I remember when I first became a single woman with my 2 daughters, people would be like, "Oh my God, what are you gonna do? How do you feel about people not wanting you because you have 2 daughters or because you have kids?" And I thought that was the most diabolical thing I ever heard in my life. I was like, "Excuse me?" They were like, "Yeah, what if people that are not gonna want you because you have kids?" I was like, that was such an interesting, limited belief that somebody was sharing with me that I was like, this is really revealing parts of them that need healing, because I never thought that at all. And I was like, this is their lack conscious point of view, because I never thought that nobody is gonna want me because I have kids. That's crazy to me. Not only that, I'm like, girl, do you realize people want you with your husband? No one cares that you have kids. Not only do they want you with your kids, they're gonna want you with your husband and your whole family. They don't give a damn. If somebody wants you, they're gonna pursue you, and they're that is so crazy to me. And I was also I believe that the person that is a match to me and is at the same level of self-awareness and consciousness is gonna realize that not only the value that I bring, I'm also bringing additional value into your life. So there's gonna be more for you to love and appreciate and value. So I just kind of chuckled at that, and I realized how somebody is just projecting their limiting beliefs onto me. Now, the only way that could be truth for me is if I also carried that limiting belief. If I was like, yeah, no one's gonna want me because I have kids. If that is what you believe, that will be truth for you. My self-assured inner knowing that my worth has nothing to do with external factors is what affects the way that I navigate and am such a magnetic powerhouse in the world. I just want to teach other women the same about themselves. It's your worthiness isn't about what you're doing or what you're producing and what you can provide. It's more of your essence of your being, your energetic flow, what you're giving out, and the beliefs that you carry within inside yourself. Another interesting thing that I remember hearing was, not only am I a single woman that comes with 2 kids, but I also have an OF. And I thought another limiting belief that was shared with me was, how do you feel known people might not want you because you have an OF? And it's so interesting for me because even though I have that, I actually practice monogamy in real life and I'm not promiscuous at all. Everyone has the right to choose to lead and live their life however they want. However, I do not do that, and I highly recommend you don't do that as well. It's because I value myself. And I simply respond to those people. That is their limiting belief. And there's so many different types of people in this world, and even though you may think majority of guys wouldn't want that, and I don't disagree with that. However, I know my man, my husband, is not going to have a problem with that because he is going to be also deeply rooted in his secure masculinity, healthy masculinity, and knowing that just because I choose to express myself in a sensual, sexy way does not mean that I'm willing to share myself with others openly. I still believe in monogamy. And I also believe that there's many men that love to have a woman like that. They like for other men to like lust and drool over their woman, but they don't get to have her. So because I have these perceptions of myself, I have so much clarity and understanding when other people share their limiting beliefs with me, and I don't judge them. I just listen and absorb and realize how, if I was to also have those beliefs, how crippled and how differently I would navigate my life, lead and live my life in such different ways, which wouldn't be true to my authentic self. So yes, girlies, your confidence needs to be deeply rooted and self-assured. You don't need external validation. You just need to have your own beliefs and your own abundant mindset about yourself and what you're creating for you, and staying true to who you are and expressing yourself authentically and being courageous about the choices you make for yourself outside of external limiting beliefs. So first, let's understand the difference between feminine confidence, arrogance, and true self-worth. So arrogance usually seeks validation, external validation. It's seeking external validation from other people validating them that's not rooted within themselves. True confidence is self-assured. Like for me, somebody's sharing their point of view and I'm like, that's just their point of view and I'm not going to make it mine, because I am deeply rooted in my self-assurance about myself and my worth and my value and how I choose to grace the face of this earth with my own beliefs, even if it's crazy to other people and the majority rule doesn't apply to me, because I get to tell my story how I want it to be, and I get to embrace this unique life that I am creating for myself. True confidence is self-assured. Arrogance seeks validation. I feel like arrogance also falls in line with like being egoic and building your ego. You're constantly looking to get external validation. You need other people to validate you, external things to validate you. But keep in mind, all of those people that you're depending on to feed you this boost, you're also giving them the power to starve you. So that's actually powerless. Make sure that you're deeply rooted in your own self-assured beliefs about yourself. And that's also taking your power back. Now, feminine confidence is about radiating ease, not proving anything. And I am also somebody who struggles with this, because I think we live in a time where like hustle culture, doing and overcoming so many things and literally earning so much is praised. We've kind of disconnected and lost this feminine essence that has nothing to do with producing and providing and coming up with solutions. It's just this essence of ease and flow and gratitude and literally being and receiving like the goddess that you are, not so much doing and producing. That is a very masculine energy and a masculine thing to do. And true femininity and true feminine confidence understands that her worth and her value does not come from any external things that she can provide, produce, or create. Rather than it comes from a space of being an essence, an aura, an energetic match to receiving, being provided for, the doers doing for her, right? That is where that stems from. Now let's get into the power of self-acceptance. Confidence starts when you fully embrace your uniqueness, your voice, your looks, your energy, your style, everything that makes up you. This beautiful, juicy, delicious, magnificent person that you are. That is what makes you so amazing. No one else is you. That's your superpower. You need to take that and run with it. And you need to stop looking at other people and thinking like, they look so happy doing this thing. Maybe if I try, I'll feel the same way. No, you have to embrace all that you are. Just because I enjoy being sexy and doing nude photo shoots doesn't mean that you will also enjoy it. I think you need to embrace all that you are, what's true to you. Realize, where do I have some limiting beliefs that I can let go of, that I can really tap into my authenticity, regardless if it is in alignment with other people or not. You know, I feel like in a lot of areas we have some restrictions on us, and you're like, wait, this isn't really serving me because I'm holding myself back. So you have to embrace the juiciness that you are, because you're, oh my gosh, my dog is snoring. So just ignore Biggie Boy snoring. So embrace the juiciness that you are you, and you will never be in this vessel that is your body. You will never be you again. So don't play with that. Take it seriously. Embrace the magnificence of all that you are and all the unique, juicy things about you. I remember when I first started recording and I would hear myself, I was like, oh my gosh, that's how I sound. I can't even hear myself. And then I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it until I start to sound normal to myself. And now I just sound normal because this is my voice. This is how I sound. And it is what it is. I can't really change that. So I'm just gonna embrace all that I am and work with what I got, because it's all I got, right? Think about it. When you leave here, you're never gonna be you again. Even if you reincarnate as a freaking James that happens to be a truck driver, you're not going to be you. You're delicious, beautiful, magnificent, amazing goddess self. So hone in on that and really take it all in and embrace all that you are. Because when you do, your energy shifts relationships, work opportunities, and personal fulfillment, honestly. Okay, now we're gonna talk about how to cultivate feminine confidence on the daily. First, we need to do mindset shifts. So I need you to replace any doubt with affirmations. You guys know I love to do me a little affirmation, hype myself up a little bit, even if you need it to be my voice that pops up in your head to remind you that you are that bitch, okay? Nobody is you and nobody can be. So remind yourself of your own greatness. If you need me to be that voice in your head, girly, I would love to be that for you. And then I want you to stop apologizing. Stop apologizing for fucking existing. Stop apologizing for owning your space. No, own it. It's yours. You're not. Stop apologizing for taking up space or your choices. Like I said, stand rooted in, yeah, this choice is for me. This choice serves me, whether it's serving other people or not. And I want you to be selfish. I feel like people like to say, oh my God, you're so selfish. And really what they're saying is you're selfish because you're choosing to do the things that serve you, the selfish one, and not me. Who's really the selfish one here? The person who's mad that you're doing things that make you happy and not them happy? Using the word selfish to gaslight you into doing what they want you to do, not what you should do for yourself. And we are not here to serve other people at the expense of our own discomfort. So say no, mean that shit, confidently say no, that doesn't serve me, and stop apologizing. And I'm not saying be an asshole about it, but I remember I used to just apologize about any little thing because I'm a recovering people pleaser. Actually, I'm no longer a people pleaser. We're gonna tell a new story. But let's say I show up to a social thing like a few minutes late and people waited up for me. Instead of being like, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm late, I changed that with, I arrived really happy, grateful, and excited to be there with good energy. And when I met up with everyone, I'm like, hey guys, thank you so much for waiting on me. Instead of saying, I'm sorry, I'm late, I'm tired of apologizing. I'm not apologizing anymore. I was like, thank you guys for waiting on me. I'm so excited to be here. And then we went into it. Shift it. Stop apologizing for unnecessary things. Like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. You're not sorry. It is your birthright to be here. You are allowed to take up the space that you're taking up. Speak on what you want to speak on. You're allowed to have your own opinions. Stop apologizing for your voice, for what you believe in. We're no longer apologizing, bitch. No. They owe us an apology. They owe us a damn apology. They owe us a damn apology for making us feel like we need to apologize in the first place. Okay? And then another thing that I feel like matters is your body language, baby. Your body language, your presence, eye contact. I love making eye contact with people. I just get so into it and like passionate, and I'll just be like having this deep conversation. Usually guys are the one that are like really trying to keep up, and they're like, she's looking into my soul. But I just get like really into it. But I feel like we connect better when we're locked in and having that eye contact. So yeah, so have your eye contact. And especially I feel like another thing that I want to touch base on is right now I am in my masculine energy, because what am I doing? I'm creating, I'm providing, and I'm producing results. I'm providing value. So during this podcast, I come off very masculine, but in my real life, and especially with my in any type of partnership or with men, I like to be in my feminine energy. And I like for them to take lead and be the ones that are coming up with the solutions and doing all these things. And I can just relax into my beingness, being present in the moment. But I want to clarify that being in this confident feminine energy is more of an aura, right? Your body language should just slow down a little bit. I want you to like take it down a couple of notches. Feel yourself a little more. Your eye contact, like kind of be flirty with your eye contact and slow down your movement. Also, like have more of a graceful posture. And also, like when you're speaking, this kind of falls in line with not apologizing or feeling like you're taking up too much space or time to speak. Take all the time that you need to get whatever word or story or opinion that you have out, because it is worth listening to. You are worth being heard. Stop feeling rushed that you should quickly say it or summarize it. No, girl, take your time, speak on what you believe confidently. Do it, because you have a right. It is your birthright to share your point of view just as much as other people are going to receive value from it and want to hear what you have to say as well. Now let's talk about how you dress. It really often starts with feeling good in your own skin. Now, dress in the ways that make you feel your best. The thing is, sometimes people think like dressing a certain type of way is like, you look at like, oh, this is what's beautiful and this is what's marketed out there. So maybe if I do this, no. We want you to embrace your uniqueness and what feels right and best to you. So I am a girly girl. I like all the glitz and the glam. I like to be dressed up. I actually am so used to always showing up as a person who's overdressed. That's kind of like who I am and how I am. And I embrace that. I don't feel like, I remember people like, okay, you're so extra. Where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to the grocery store. I really truly believe being alive is a special occasion. So I don't wait for special occasions to get dressed up and wear my best things. I'm doing all that stuff now because that is what's true to me and that's what I enjoy. However, I like have a lot of friends and people that look at me and they're like, girl, this is just her. And they're more casual and I love that for them. I'm never gonna look at them and be like, you should get dressed up more, because that's not their vibe. I'm loving and embracing that they're that casual girly, and that is what makes them feel their best. So you have to recognize, what type of girly are you? Are you the casual girly? Are you the athleisure girly? Are you the dress up girly? I know that I'm that bitch that loves to put my accessories and my makeup, and whatever way I'm feeling, I get dressed based off of how I'm feeling. So you need to find what that is for you. Find and curate your own personal style, and you can always switch it up, but be and dress in the ways that express you the best way. Like you feel comfortable in that thing. Like for me, I like being sexy, I like being flirty, I like being girly, I like to be elegant. I'm a multifaceted mix of all these girly feminine things. I can also do trendy things, but I feel like my style is more glam, glitzy, kind of like old Hollywood, really girly, sparkly. That's what I like. I'm a heel girly, and that's the thing. Like I know this is how I am. I know that's what sets my soul on fire. That's what I like. So you have to really just dress in the way that makes you feel best. And if you don't know yourself, start looking for yourself, start curating yourself. And I think that'll also be a fun thing for you to do. Another thing that I want you to do is also have a self-care and rituals to enhance your confidence. So like take care of yourself holistically, mentally, physically, and emotionally. For me, I just started taking all these new vitamins. I started taking hydrogenized collagen, my iron. I'm like, these under eye circles gotta go, girl. I've been just taking extra things that I think is making me feel better, giving me more energy. I drink my matcha, my organic matcha, and I meditate. Another thing that I do is create a daily practice to connect to your femininity and like do things like sensual movements or like dancing or like journaling and talking about parts of your body and what feels so good to you. Even like after you're done meditating and when you come out the shower, massage oil all over your body. And especially the areas that you feel more insecure about, I want you to like massage them and extend gratitude to them. Like, my gosh, these love handles, they're so soft. And that's literally what I do. I'm telling you, start shifting the relationship that you have with yourself in areas of yourself that you're trying to hide. Stop trying to hide it, bitch. Embrace it for all that it is. We're not aiming for perfection. We're aiming for authenticity and feeling comfortable with what we're working with, because all we got is what we got to work with, girl. I'm gonna work with it. So another thing that I actually want to touch base on is like when I meditate, I do this form of meditation where I close my eyes and I start focusing on my breathing, and I start to feel each body part from the inside out. So I want to do like a few minutes of it right now. So like close your eyes and like try to feel the bottoms of your feet from the inside out. Now come up to your ankles, feel your ankles. Now you're gonna be still, you just wanna feel it from the inside out. You wanna like feel your ankles and go up to your calves, your juicy plump calves that make your legs look so good when you put heels on. Then you wanna come up to your knees and your thighs, and you wanna embrace your thighs. And then I really like to do this part. I like to do a check-in with my pussy. No, it's getting juicy, bitch. So I wanna like go up and do a check-in with, feel how she's feeling. Is she tingly? Is she tapped in? Is she tuned in? Is she like off right now because she's not feeling it? Try to activate her a little bit, right? Try to like feel her. These are all great practices to like get tuned in to yourself and do more of the being and getting present with yourself and your body, tapping into your femininity. That's also gonna help build your confidence, because that is what's natural for us. Now we're gonna talk about confidence in social and romantic settings. So I think the best way to make a great first impression is just to show up in whatever way that you're feeling at that moment. Like, your best every day is going to be different, because first of all, as women, we're going to be following our different hormonal pattern. Literally like a week ago, I was just like overanalyzing myself, and I'm like, what am I going through? And I was like, I know what's happening. I'm about to get my period. And usually when I'm about to get my period, I start to be like, girl, you looking a little thick. You need to start working out. Like, you're looking a little chub. You just start, your hormones affect you. So we need to always extend ourselves as women grace. And I feel like I want to start following my pattern, my cyclic pattern, so that I can know where I am on the hormonal range, because it really does affect us. And you have to be aware of that. So give yourself grace during those times and be like, girl, you're overanalyzing right now because you're about to get your period. So just relax. It's not a bad life. It's just a rough week because your hormones are a little crazy right now. So when it comes to meeting new people, just make an impression without trying too hard. Again, feel your body, tap into how you're feeling. Your best on a day that you're hormonally challenged is not going to be as good as and when you're feeling real, like when you're ovulated and your hormones are up. So give yourself grace. Just still show up as your most authentic self, whatever you're feeling. It's not about hiding yourself and trying to always be this perfect, happy-go-lucky person. That's such a flawed premise. It's about embracing where you are, feeling okay to be vulnerable, feeling okay to share how you're feeling, and feeling okay to be more reserved if you need to that day. Another thing that's going to really help you with your confidence in meeting other people is the power of listening and being present. I love to give undivided and focused attention to people. That really makes them feel special and heard, and me wanting to be of service to others feels really good in doing that. So being such a good listener and being fully invested in what people have to share with me helps them feel so valued. And it's just like this juicy reciprocal thing, because I want them to know that they are really special and they are valued. That's also going to help build your confidence, because you and your presence is allowing others to feel good about themselves. And then in turn, that's going to be reflected back onto you as well. And even if it comes to like dating and meeting new people, a truly confident feminine woman, she's going to attract respect and adoration, not by demanding, not through the masculine energy of doing or trying or any type of efforting, just by being tuned in and tapped into herself and being authentic, showing up as her most authentic self, allowing space for others to show up as their authentic self. A confident and feminine woman has no problem to set standards and boundaries. And that is going to just naturally demand respect. You don't even need to change the tone or the speed of your voice to clearly communicate the standard and the boundaries that are non-negotiables for you. That's just going to demand respect and admiration, because you do not have a problem to be clear. This is for me. This is not for me. And if you are not that, I am okay with being clear about that now, because what's not for me isn't for me. And you trust that the universe is always going to deliver the highest, best match to you, and there's no lack. There's 20,000 more of where that came from. And if this isn't a match, there's a million more. Now we're going to talk about how you can own your confidence and be more confident in your work and your career. So first of all, you need to own your voice in professional settings without losing your femininity. There is a balance between soft power and assertiveness. And I think a nice mixture, cultivating both of those, is the great balance for you to have at work, because you're going to be assertive enough to let people know that you're not going to be a doormat and let people walk all over you, and you're not going to stand up for yourself in a respectable way. But you don't need to be this crazy assertive, like aggressive in a way that it intimidates people and it pushes them away. You want to have a nice balance. Be clear, but also let them know that just because you are tuned into the best of things and you know that things are always going to work out for your highest good, that you're just going to allow any and everyone to treat you whatever which way they want. And that you have boundaries, and you're going to speak on how the workspace is affecting your morale and ways that it can be better. And I also want to remind you that confidence isn't about perfection. It's always about authenticity. So if you're feeling something isn't sitting right with you, speak up on that. You don't have to do it in a nasty way. Just do it in a calm, even-keeled tone. Just be clear and direct on what it is you're trying to address, and make sure that you're staying solution-focused. That's not only going to build your inner self-esteem that doesn't need any external validation, but also it's going to set the tone for others on how they receive and reciprocate with you. I hope that this has been a better breakdown episode on how to cultivate your confidence in a feminine way and how to apply it daily in different areas of your life. This week, I actually challenge you to do all things with a little bit more confidence, whether you're stepping into a new room, step in that room with your head high and your shoulders pulled back with a nice little soft smile, making eye contact, walking with confidence, make eye contact, feel good about yourself, exude that, and hopefully you'll be projecting that onto other people as well. And I want to leave you with this reminder. Honor your own story, nurture your spirit, celebrate your journey, your strengths, and even your vulnerabilities. When you allow your true self to shine, not only are you empowering yourself, but you're also inspiring others to do the same with themselves. You're also inspiring others to embrace their own inner light. I also want to say thank you for spending this time with me, and for investing in your own growth, and for being unapologetically you. Until next time, my beautiful darlings, keep shining like the goddesses that you are. The next episode is going to be answering another question that I got from another one of you girlies. And it's going to be about embracing your body, cultivating self-acceptance, feeling sexy even with your imperfections. I also think it's so cute how both of the questions were kind of in alignment. One is about confidence. The other one is also about confidence, but also embracing your sexuality and how to overcome your imperfections. So I'm really excited about that episode as well. So make sure you check that out. Don't forget to send your questions to feminineframework@gmail.com. And until next time, I'll talk to you babes later. Mwah. Love you. Bye.